Okay, hey guys, this is Richard, and in this video I'm going to show you how to cook one of my favorite dishes, which is the Chinese sticky pork belly. Okay, so I'm actually making this video for my friend Jersey because last time she was over, she really liked the dish. So I thought I'll put together a quick video for you just so you can make it at home and really show you how easy this thing is to make. The reason why it's one of my favorite dishes is because it's one of the easiest ones to cook. So here we go. What you'll need, or what I'll be using today, I got 2 of these packs of pork belly slices. They are, how heavy are they? 500 grams each. This is probably about enough for 4 people and we'll give you some leftovers. Now you can use like proper slabs of pork belly with skin on, but you don't have to. This is the easiest way to do it because they're already pre-sliced. You don't have to mess around with it. So nice and easy. We're gonna cut this open. And we're just gonna dump it into a slow cooker. You can make it in a casserole dish on a stove, but I find making it in a slow cooker is just so much easier because you literally dump it in there for 3 hours and you've got nothing to worry about. So pack 1, and then we're gonna put another one. That's the second pack. Boom. Right. For the first part of the cooking recipe, you will also need some Chinese rice wine. You will need some chicken stock or vegetable stock, garlic, and a bit of ginger. And where I put it, you'll need some sugar. Where I put the sugar? Yeah. You'll need some sugar. Okay, so nice and easy. First, we're gonna take the stock and just chuck it in here. We're gonna get our garlic and just get a couple of 2 or 3 garlic cloves. So go 1, 2, let's say 3. So I'm just gonna take these, just gonna crush them because that makes it easier to peel. There you go, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, and 3. And again, I wasn't kidding when I said this is super easy to make. Just take these 3 and just chuck them in there with the rest of the ingredients. We do need a bit of ginger. Now, it depends on how lazy you are. You can scrape off the skin. But for me, I don't normally bother. So we're just gonna cut off the bit that's dried up. And I put 1, 2, sort of 3 slices, about this much of ginger in there. Again, you don't have to do anything, you just chuck it in there. All right, so next, we're gonna take 1 liter of boiling water, which I boiled earlier, and just pour it in our slow cooker. I don't measure exactly, but if you look at the meat, you just about want to cover the meat. You don't want to like completely submerge it, but you want like half submerge it. Okay, next we need a tablespoon of sugar. So that. And we need 2 tablespoons of this stuff, but it doesn't really matter, it's to taste. So normally I just put a couple of splashes. So 1, 2, yeah, a bit more if you want. All right. I'm just gonna quickly mix up the stock so it incorporates with the water. All right, then we put the lid on, switch it to high, and leave it there for 3 hours. And that is as easy as it is. That's it. Okay, so for the next part, we're gonna make the glaze. It's the stuff that you pour on top of the pork when it's cooking, when it's getting ready to serve. All right, so to make the glaze, it's very simple. All you need is some brown sugar. I use this stuff, molasses. You need 2 tablespoons of that. you need some dark soy sauce. You need about a thumb-sized piece of ginger, and you need about a teaspoon of chopped garlic, and you need some honey. Optional, you can add some finely chopped up chili. I'm very lazy, so I end up using garlic paste, and I'll use ginger paste because then I don't have to chop it, so it makes it a lot easier. All right, and a bit of oil. So here's what we do. Get a spoon. We get some oil, about a tablespoon of. Then we get some of our dark sugar. Normally 2 tablespoons of, just about the amount that I've got left in here. So I'm just going to break it up and put it in there. So we've got our sugar in here. Next, we got 2 tablespoons of honey. Again, I don't really use the tablespoon to measure. I just go kind of like 1, 2, there you go. That's about 2 tablespoons. Doesn't matter if you put a little bit more, a little bit less. If you've got easy chopped garlic or garlic paste, makes it easier than chopping yourself. And we need about 2 teaspoons worth of. And we're gonna put about same amount of ginger. We then need about 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. So 2, 3. If it's looking a bit thin, what you can do is you can add a little bit of light soy sauce. So normally what I'll do, I'll add 2 tablespoons of dark and I'll add about 2 tablespoons of light, just to thin it out a bit, because I like when the sauce is a bit thinner. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna finely chop up this chili. Okay, you don't have to chop it too much, just kind of roughly, and add it to our mixture. Right, so we've got a mixture here. The sugar is still pretty hard. It's going to take some time to dissolve, and it's all going to melt after we start cooking anyway. So we're just going to roughly mix this up. You can leave this now covered until you start cooking your pork. So once the pork is ready, we're going to put it in the frying pan and tip this on top. But for now, what you can do is you just prepare this in advance, and then in the evening when you cook the meat, you just don't have to do anything. Throw it in the frying pan, throw the stuff on top, and you're done. So hence I said, super easy recipe. Okay, so now the pork has been in the slow cooker for 3 hours. All we're gonna do is take it out, put it on a plate and let it cool down. Just need a large plate, and we can switch off the slow cooker. Lift the lid. All right. You can leave everything else in there. Just carefully lift out all the bits of pork. Try not to get them crumbled up because they will be very tender and very delicate. So you kind of want to be very careful when you lift them out, because what we want to do is we want to cut them up into nice little cubes. Okay, look at me. So as you can see, although initially the 2 boxes looked like there was a lot, after it cooks there isn't really that much left. But for now we're just going to leave that to cool down before. Okay, so now that we're ready to eat, we're just going to heat everything up. I'm going to switch on the cooker to maximum and get the pan nice and hot. Add a bit of oil. I'll do. Should be a couple tablespoons, but just do it by eye. Okay. This way. All right, so now we're going to take these pieces of, I keep wanting to say chicken or duck. but it's pork. We're gonna take these pieces of pork and just slice them into nice big chunks. Don't do them too small. Yeah, if you're gonna end up cutting them like in half, that's gonna be too small. When you cook them, they're gonna shrink slightly as well, because all the fat is gonna melt away, and you don't want to end up with like teeny tiny little bits. Also, they do crumble quite easily. All right. So, as I cut meat now, so the oil is spread, you will need salt, pepper, oil, pork. You start putting in the pieces of pork. Now what you don't want to do, you don't want to just take them all and chuck them in, because we want to lay them out. So just, doesn't have to be too neat, but we want one layer. Okay, so once you've got all the pork inside the pan, we want to season it with some salt and pepper. Not too much, just a little bit of salt and a bit more pepper. Or depends on how peppery you want it. Okay, we've got a glaze here that we made earlier. Most of the sugar is melted now, and it's kind of nice and gooey and thick. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna fry this chicken. We're gonna fry this pork until it's nice and golden brown, like this, yeah? And we're gonna flip it. Okay, back a minute. Okay, so one side has been done. Now we're just going to quickly fry the other side. Now what you don't want to do, you don't want to overcook it. Yeah. If you cook it for too long, it comes out a bit chewy. Stop doing that. It comes out a bit chewy and just not as tender and nice. So, all right, just kind of quick beat. That looks like it's about done. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pour in our mixture. Just gonna take it off the fire for a second. Now we're gonna cook inside the soy sauce. Let all the big chunks of sugar that you've got there dissolve, and make sure all of the pork is covered. You want the sugar to melt and caramelize the meat, but you want to be careful not to overcook, because then all the sauce is going to evaporate and it's not going to be very nice. Okay, so the sauce should become really sticky, yeah, because of the honey and the sugar, but we don't want to cook it to the point where it all evaporates and all we got left is oil and a bit of dark soy sauce. And that is pretty much done. All we gotta do now is get all the pork in whatever dish you're gonna serve it in. You got a bit of sauce. There we go. You can garnish it with a bit of green onion or parsley or something green. And some sesame seeds. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like the recipe and enjoy the food. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Please like this video. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel, enable bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any new content that I post. But that's it for today. Bye for now.